I think the most important thing to get out of this video is that Hatssut has some pretty solid armor. Kind of get that jiggle in there, but the armor is not moving, man. So it's got to be pretty solid, man. She probably got some nice bulletproof pieces on there. That being said, she probably could use a little bit more protection, but hey, I'm not. I'll stay out of it. Anyway, guys, it's Greg. We're back with Watcher of Realms, and we're gonna do a showcase here on Hatssut. Unfortunately, I do not have her on my main account. Hopefully that will change this weekend, but I am on here on the test server, so you will see some things, possibly a lot of resources, heroes that you haven't seen yet, and that is just because we have been given access to a test server to help in content creation. And so I came on here and built Hatssut a little bit. The key thing is they do give all the resources on here, so I try not to utilize them because you don't want to see a max awakened legendary hero that you're not going to have any chance of getting. I mean, what's the point of showcasing that? We want to showcase something a little more realistic, right? So anyway, Hatssut, let's start with our attributes here. At max level, 11.6k HP, 3.7k base attack, 12 cost, pretty typical for Marksman. She is not a piercer in terms of being able to get the piercer bonus, but she is what in infernal no, nightmare. I don't know why I always mix them up. Nightmare faction marksman. She is insanely strong. She doesn't really need anything from piercer lords, to be honest. She is an absolute beast. So let's get into promotions real quick. We'll run through these quick. Soul Torment upgrade on the first one. Attack bounces one more target with damage of each bounce increasing by 5%. Key thing here, she gives the defense reduction on any enemy hit. This kind of looks like it hit by the bounces, but I haven't really paid too much attention testing wise to see there. We get the extended range on 2 like usual. Ghastly stealth when deployed, gain invincibility. We'll go into that more on the skills, and then of course more stats as you get through 6. Now let's talk about these skills. Her ultimate, this is fully upgraded. I did fully upgrade the skills. Might not be 100% realistic, but I would probably max her skills out if I was if I get her on my main account. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. So this is like a actual continuous AoE for 4 seconds, and it is like a plus shaped pattern similar to like Dolores. I'll show you in when we do some arena battles. Physical attack. Attack 2 times, dealing 60% damage to target and 20% damage to one nearby enemy with each hit. So she got a little bit of built-in AoE directly on the basic. Then Soul Torment bounces to one more target with damage of each bounce increased by 9%. Each enemy hit also suffers from defense reduction. So it says bounces to one more target, but does that mean again it can bounce to another target? Because look, it says each bounce. So where are the extra bounces coming from? We'll look at the awakenings in a second. Then we have that defense reduction getting applied, and that goes up to 30%, which is pretty massive. When deployed, gains invisibility for 40 seconds. Meanwhile, each kill increases attack by 5%, stacking up to 5 times and lasting for 10 seconds. To me, this is still separate. I don't think it really means the attack each kill from invisibility. I think it just means each kill in general, but the wording leaves a little bit up to interpretation. So invisibility can be very, very powerful in Gear Raid 3, very helpful on the right side, Gear Raid 3, 19 and up, to be able to get some DPS in before the mobs can attack her. Just gives her that extra survivability that no one else really has right there. So hey, that's pretty sweet. Let's look at the awakenings. Soul Drain, I think it's called something else. I think it's a typo there. Plus 5%, attack plus 300, ghastly stealth duration plus 10 seconds. I mean, that's good. Actually, no, it's pretty daggone good, right? Stacking up to ghastly stealth duration plus what's the oh man, it's does both the invisibility and the attack last for more than 10 seconds or 10 more seconds. I'm not really sure there. Penetration plus 8 is pretty darn huge. Ghastly burst duration plus 1 second. So you get a little extra second on the AoE there. I think that's probably one of the more underwhelming A5s, but I guess it is a pretty strong ultimate, so I guess 1 second isn't anything to scoff at. Again, I don't have any awakenings in her. Did I put an artifact on her? Yeah, I did put an artifact on here. I did do reduce max HP by 30%, increase crit damage. That being said, looking at the gear, I don't have very much good gear on here. I haven't even had time to try to freaking farm it. I still have one of the crappy sets on here. So I got Rage Regen, which I mean, Rage Regen is nice. It's just not much. And some broken sets over here, getting a total of 10k extra attack and 83% crit. Not great on the crit rate, and of course, literally almost no crit damage extra. So it's kind of all in on the attack with what I have here, which I think is 3 attack bonuses. Yeah, and best substats I can find out of what I have. Wait, how do I have more gear than I can hold? How did they manage that? What did I get? I sold some gear. Interesting. I'll have to, I don't know, I have to figure it out later. So is there anything else I missed here? No. Hatssut is a really, really good marksman. Honestly, I've wanted her since day one. She is absolute beast damage wise, AoE damage. She can help out in many areas. If we look at the ratings, it's fairly accurate. Sustained DPS, I don't know as much about sustained DPS. I mean, she has pretty high DPS, but she's kind of AoE, so she will still do some pretty decent single target damage. Faction trial, of course, she's gonna be good. Tide, I mean, legendary stats are always seem to be outweighing the epic stats. BP wise, really just looking at BP there. Anti-air DPS, this should be her top one. I mean, obviously AoE DPS, yeah, she's still gonna be good in AoE DPS. Go rate, who cares? Gear rate 2, I mean, she can definitely help DPS. She could be your DPS there. I can't remember if they're weaker to magic or not, but I think I'd still go with a mage. But she definitely could be used there. Gear rate 1, I mean, she has that defense down, so I could see, you know, besides the fact she's also a good AoE attacker, she can definitely help in gear rate 1. Gear rate 3 is where she's gonna 100% shine and serve a great purpose. Single target DPS, of course, gonna be a little lower. Kill boss, again, she has that defense down, could help a little bit, and not a huge deal. I mean, again, she is more AoE, but she still has pretty decent single target damage. XP rate, of course. Artifact material rate, not so much. Maybe in the early stages, that's about it. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the arena just so I can show kind of like her attack pattern, and I'll show a little bit of cheese as well. We're gonna go ahead in here. These are very easy battles. I haven't done any arena on here yet. I've literally only went into 2 battles doing some quick testing. I'm going in with Hatssut and Laurel. That's it. Laurel just to recover my rage. So I see a lot of people put Hatssut in a certain spot, and I'll show you where that is. Why did I do auto fight? That's fine, we'll let it do auto fight. So we see we'll place him up here, or her, sorry, place her up here, and this is her ultimate attack pattern. It goes in a circular area, so it's pretty much like Dolores here with her buffs, and circles here, and attacks all those positions. She's really good here in anti-air. As you get the last mob coming down, you can go ahead and trigger that and wipe out a full wave. So you see I placed Laurel down. I'll show you what she's used for here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and ult just to get some DPS on this, and they're just so weak right now, it gets one shot. So the ult continues for 4 seconds. Then you can see I pull Laurel out. This regenerates half of Hattsut's rage, and as these mobs come down, by the time they come down, she's gonna be full on her rage, and I can go ahead and trigger it, and boom, wipe out the entire wave. So it's just a little cheese action you can do there. You can regenerate the rage and pretty much should be able to win 2 waves in a row with her. I'm currently using the slow cheese to get through my anti-air battles, but this is definitely a better way to do it. We'll do one more arena, and I think that kind of helps. We'll do a manual arena just again so you can see kind of my thought process there. All right, so you can get Hatssut out there pretty darn early. So you can get Hatssut out there pretty freaking early. She's only 12 cost. I'm not gonna use my ultimate this first round. Let those mobs come down. We go ahead and knock them out. Boom. The reason why I'm doing this position is because of the ultimate, of course. So we'll look at it one more time. You can see this circular area, more like a diamond. I know some people put her like up here, and then she can hit that AoE on the mobs as they come down here. But this position gives you the opportunity to let all of the wave come in, and then if you know, by the time the first one gets around here and the last one gets around here, you can go ahead and trigger it and take out an entire wave. We will go ahead and use the ultimate right here just to take out that big guy, since it's the only one. Then the next wave, I'm gonna go up here. We're gonna take Laurel because the ultimate is done. So I take Laurel out. Boom. She's gonna recover half of Hattsut's rage. Then by the time this last one comes in, we'll be ready to trigger it again. So right there, and let's see if I can. No, it seems like he still gets hit right here, but I guess maybe he was slightly into that next block. Maybe that range isn't perfectly following the lines of the squares. Maybe it's more rounded. If so, that's cool. I'm just a bit curious if I could trigger that at some point to let that one survive that block that I wasn't covering, but it doesn't seem like it. So that's gonna be it. Hatssut, man, she's a beast. Definitely a great pickup. I would pull. I'm going to try to pull for her. Would love to get her, and yeah, she'd be a great addition for anyone. I mean, even if you like, I do have Lunaria now, so it made it a lot easier, but I still would love Hatssut to take care of their right side, make things a little bit easier on Gear Raid 3, help me get further along Gear Raid 3. She would just make 20 and 21 a lot easier. Cetron would be a good pickup as well, which are the two in the event coming up. So that is Hatssut, man. She is, just someone I have wanted since day one. I always like ranged units, and man, she is beautiful and she is deadly. So I think I covered just about everything. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I'll catch you in the next video.